What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The past few months I have been incredibly busy trying to get things together for 2024. 2023 was an awesome year.
We'd love to see that tail light. Turn those tail lights on. We don't have a lot of time left. You're coming up for a run. Turn the tail lights on, please. Because we know that Mustang went to the other end, but it's kind of hard to see down there right now.
Twenty 2024 is gonna be huge. But for now, let's do a little project update. It's really cold today, so I gotta move through this pretty quick. As you can see, it snowed last night, but oh well. The trailer, bought it last year, rebuilt it from the ground up. I don't have a whole lot planned for it this year. However, I am putting a box on it, a winch, and a jack on it because I'm tired of doing it the hard way. And then this will finally be done. The Triumph, I'm not really doing anything with it right now. This is kind of a long-term project. However, I am collecting parts for it. I now have a fuel cell. I have a couple seats. I sort of have a driveline picked out. I haven't fully decided what I want to put in this yet. If you got any recommendations, put them in the comments down below. I want a 4-cylinder turbo manual rear-wheel drive setup for this. It's going to be sweet when it's done, but I haven't decided what driveline I want for it yet. Then there's this behemoth. I'm not ready to unveil this yet. Soon. I just picked up a motor for it because it did need a motor. The old one has blown out a rod out the side of the block. It's unfortunate. It is what it is, and that's why I picked it up so cheap. I got to build the motor, slap it in there, and then this big behemoth will be unveiled. So definitely stay tuned. I'm really excited for that project. I got a couple other things I got to get done first, and then we'll be unveiling it really soon. Super stoked for that project. Stay tuned. Not really doing a whole lot with the Silverado. I do have my tint picked out. I'm gonna get it tinted all the way around. I'm working on putting a sub box together that's gonna fit underneath the seat. I gotta source a radio and then get that put together, and then that will be done. This is my mom's van. I've been rebuilding it for the last however long it's been. It's been a while. And the reason being is they don't make parts for this motor anymore, so parts have been really hard to find, especially due to COVID. But it is almost put together. It's almost done. I gotta put the front end together, check all the fluids, put some refrigerant in it, and it should be good to go. And then I gotta check the brakes, the tires, and get the outside and interior detailed. It's absolutely disgusting because it's been sitting a while. But as soon as that's done, I've got big plans. Big plans. Moving on to the Mustang. Haven't done anything with it this winter right now. I am sourcing a bunch of parts for it right now. As soon as they come in, a Mustang's getting loaded up onto the trailer, up to the shop, and then there will be a full video on everything I'm going to do to it. But for now, a few weeks ago it was 0 degrees out here, so let's enjoy this cold start. Moving on to the bikes. Got a couple crappy project bikes in the back. That one needs a carb, then that one's gonna get sold. That's a roommate's ours. That's kind of like, these are the two bikes that we're teaching friends of ours how to ride. That is my other roommate's bike. She's getting that one put together, and then she'll be able to ride really soon. Hellboy has unfortunately been in a minor wreck last year, so we're getting the front end put together right now, and then this will be put together and done in riding. The Custom Cowie, still haven't come up with a name for this bike yet, but I'm not doing anything with it right now. I'm still sourcing parts. I gotta finish making the motor mounts for it, and then I'll finally be able to get the rest of the motor and everything else put together. I still need to finish the motor mounts, and then I gotta run some AN lines and fittings for the oil cooler. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do all that, and then I can finally get the rest of it put together. The wiring harness is all done. The gas tank is almost done. I got a couple more modifications to make to that, and then this thing will hopefully be running and riding as well. There's just so many projects to deal with. It takes so much time and so much money, and I've only got so much. But moving on to the garage, this is my roommate's mongrel. He's building kind of something similar to what I've been building, but on a hardtail frame with a sport bike motor on a Sportster frame. Hopefully soon, but he's got a lot of work to do to this. Then we got my roommate's Harley. Picked this up last year. As you can see, he's done a ton of work to this. It is not done yet. He's got to finish wrapping a bunch of parts. As you can see, he's got the wheels painted red. He's got a bit more to do this. Soon this will be done next month. Super excited to be able to ride again. Then in here, I got the 351 for the Mustang and the transmission. I got to rebuild both of these, get some motor mounts and some other stuff for this setup, and then this will be swapped into the Mustang. Probably not soon, but I do want to get started on this build. And then there's my baby. This is my 2018 Fat Bob. It's got the 107 in it. I really haven't done anything with it this winter. I've been way too busy, but I do got a little bit planned for it. I'm super excited to share that with you. And then this is my roommate's F-150. He is swapping the motor in it because that one's just not any good. He's got to do a little bit of, it needs a floorboard, and then hopefully this thing will be up and running soon. As you can see, it's got a full custom front end. It's not done yet, but it is getting there. The Nissan Altima, we're not really doing anything with. The reason being is it's starting to fall apart. It's not doing good at all right now. The transmission's pouring fluid out of it, and I haven't figured out where. The front left, it needs a brake hose. She's starting to rust apart. She's just not doing well. So I do think she's on her last leg. I don't think she's going to last much longer. But we're just going to run it into the ground. It's just a cheap daily. And then the lifted Mustang, we are sourcing a frame for it because he doesn't like this frame and he doesn't want to cut it up. So this frame's probably going to be posted for sale. And then we'll be able to get the truck staying done eventually, just not right now. We've got a few other projects we got to get done before we get started on this one. And I wasn't quite ready to unveil this to you guys yet, but I'm going to do it anyways because this thing is going to be sweet when it's done, and I am super stoked for it. This right here is a RUP, R-U-P-P Roadster. This is going to be a full custom pit bike. As you can see, I've got a couple frames, some extra tires, some extra motors, just a bunch of stuff sitting around for it. As soon as I get the time to, this thing is going to be sweet when it's done. So stay tuned, because this year we're going to be building the Harley. We're going to be doing a ton of racing. And I've got that new truck build with parts on the way that I'm super stoked to unveil. But I'm not quite ready to unveil it yet. So stay tuned, and I'll see y'all in the next one.